these make my ankles look fat?
No, it's mostly genetic. Your mom has beautiful eyes that you also inherited.
Okay, so I was able to find nothing at all on your size. We don't have anything in the back anymore. Ever.
I think we have plenty of options. I still think the black strappy ones were cute.
Well, I'm not settling for cute. Rod is giving me the princess treatment tonight, and I'm going to look the part. Minus the tiara. Probably.
He's taking you to Schlesinger's, not Neuschwanstein.
I'm so glad I brought along a wet blanket.
Sorry. Those look positively regal.
They make my feet look like triangles.
So obtuse. The triangle's not you.
Come on, we're shoe shopping. You can't be depressed.
I just wish you were as picky about the guys you date as you are about the shoes you wear on said dates.
You don't like Rod. You made that clear for almost 2 years, but at some point, you're going to have to stop being adversarial. Looks like the shoe is outside of my foot instead of my foot being inside of the shoe.
I care about you, Cindy, so no, I'm not gonna be complicit in the ruination of your life.
How is it ruination when he's everything I've ever wanted? He's gorgeous, he's athletic, he's driven, he has a unique sense of humor, and he's a phenomenal kisser.
Which is why I was on board for the first few dates. It was a great way to heal those high school wounds from being ignored by the jocks, but his persistent infatuation is forcing this to go on longer than nature intended.
How can they look so good from the front and look like friggin' kayaks from the side?
This is the guy who tried to impress you by doing donuts in the parking lot and ended up plowing his truck into a light pole. He put you both in the hospital.
He's grown up a lot since then.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Love helps you forgive, Allison.
And concussions help you forget, Cindy. You have practically nothing in common. That hasn't changed.
No, we both play music, we both like yoga, we like the same drink, we both love to party.
You play the violin, he plays iTunes. You like to do yoga, he likes to watch you do yoga. You drink Diet Coke, he drinks Jack and Coke. You go to bed at 9 p.m. and he wakes up at 9 p.m.
The straps are too thick.
I know you better than anyone, and I know you can do so much better than Rod.
Really? Because I don't see a lot of other options out there, Allie. Tim moved across the country. Jake chose Lauren, and screw him, by the way. Chris is obviously not interested in me at all. And Andrew just got engaged, and Mark's last name is Beachlick. Yeah, there may be good, sweet, genuine guys out there, but they're taken or in another zip code, or they have atrocious last names that don't make any sense. Rodney stuck with me through all my craziness. I'm comfortable around him, and I've invested a lot of time in this relationship. I'm not gonna throw it all away just because there should be someone better.
Those look really good, Your Majesty.
They do, don't they? I mean, wow. Wow. They look like they're hugging my feet, but they're not too poofy. They're slim, but not narrow. Bold, but not pretentious.
Supple, but not deterrable. Okay. Pack up your shoes, Cinderella. We're gonna have to tunnel our way out of here.
So good.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was a little rude.
Oh,
Did you see the sidewalk just struck me? That was crazy.
yeah, it was. I should probably drive.
Maybe you're right. Go long. Oh! Good catch. You're the best, you know that?
I'd like to think so.
This'll do. Cindy, you are by far the most finest girl I have ever been with. You're giving and you're caring. And you put up with all my insecurities and my stupid jokes. I know I can be kind of an ass sometimes, but you never make me feel bad about it. I want to be a better person, and I am, because of you. So will you do me the biggest solid ever? Damn. Marry me.
Hey, I was wondering if you were gonna make it home tonight. How was your enchanted evening?
Different.
Yeah? Did Rod actually pick up the tab this time?
He did a little more than that. It didn't fit.
You got the shoes you really wanted?
Somebody tell me where to go so long. 'Cause I've been living a lie.
I'll tell him, Rachel. I completely understand. It's not your fault. None of this is your fault. I don't blame you. I would have done exactly the same thing. I'll make sure Mark is out of the apartment in the next 5 minutes. Call your dad back, tell him you still need the truck. I'll text you once we're out.
Rachel, Pete?
Hey, buddy, you hungry? Me too. Let's go grab a cheesesteak. I'm buying.
I'm not going anywhere.
This will be a lot easier if you do.
You talked to Rachel, didn't you? You think it's a mistake for me to fight for this?
No, mistake's been made. Now you're turning it into a cluck.
Okay, you haven't even heard my side.
You don't have a side, Mark. Rachel asked you to get rid of those,
She didn't ask, she demanded.
those disgusting shoes,
Okay, they're not disgusting. Astaire and Rogers are classic.
which you have named and placed on life support for the last 12 years.
Okay, she has lost her mind. I come in the other day, she's acting so weird. I ask her what's wrong, and she says nothing, so I let it go. I come back the next day, and everything she owns is in boxes or gone. She leaves this note that says, I'll be back later for the rest of it. You know, I tried calling her, I tried texting her, nothing. But she called you.
She did. She knows I'm your best friend, and you'll listen to me.
Listen to you? Are you listening to me? She wants to end our relationship over a pair of shoes for no good reason.
There's a good reason.
No objectively good reason. I've gotten rid of so much stuff for her. She made me toss out my DeLorean.
That was a stainless steel microwave that you bought at a thrift store, and it took 9 minutes to boil water.
Irrelevant. Okay, my comfy chair, my Lord of the Rings replica sword set, my Harry Potter chess piece set, all of it gone or in storage, and the one thing that I push back, one thing, she ends up wanting to end the entire relationship. What, overnight? How am I the bad guy here?
You didn't get rid of the shoebox.
What shoebox?
The beat-up old shoebox Astaire and Rogers came in.
Shit.
2 nights ago, Rachel was looking for a place to put some big casserole dish. Of course, your 5'4" girlfriend needs a chair to reach it. She does, she finds this. Letters, pictures, and paraphernalia from your relationship with Julia.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
See? Look. Let's go. Now.
Why didn't she just tell me what this was all about?
What was she supposed to say, Mark? She found proof you're still pining over your ex? That she's heartbroken and humiliated, but that's nothing a long, painful conversation with you won't fix.
I knew she wouldn't understand.
I don't understand. Why have you kept this crap?
To remember an amazing time. This was the first girl I ever fell in love with, the first girl I ever kissed. Julia was something special. And I don't feel like I should have to pretend like she just never happened.
No, you shouldn't have to pretend. You shouldn't even care there was anyone before Rachel.
I love Rachel, I do, but if she can't handle the idea of being someone's second.
She doesn't have a problem being someone's second. She has a problem being second best.
Look, my relationship with Julia was amazing. But it just ended so suddenly and ugly. I was just holding on to that as some form of closure.
Just to be clear, you know that whatever you think you had with Julia is over, right?
You know, I don't need this. Not from you.
You do need this. You need to hear the truth, okay? And the truth is, you're being an asshole. You dated Rachel knowing you had nothing to offer her. And I knew you had some lingering feelings for Julia, but this? Rachel was in it all the way, and you didn't even show up.
Dude, I'm here now.
Not the part that matters. You're standing here out of guilt and a fear of being alone.
Rachel sent you, didn't she? She's the one that told you to come over here and make me feel like absolute crap. Why? Because she couldn't do it herself?
She asked me to stop you from ripping her heart out. Again.
Well, what do you think losing her is gonna do to me?
What happened to you? Can you hear yourself? Thanks to that shoebox, Rachel's finally gonna be able to end a one-sided relationship that was never gonna work out well for her. And now you wanna stand there and be like, you'll never measure up to that man-eating psychotic bitch I idolized for 2 years. But I want you to stick around so I can have the attention and affection that makes me feel so damn good. Oh, and by the way, she happens to come back into my life like I'm hoping she does, I'll kick you to the curb and never look back. Look, Mark, I love you, man. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how hard this Julia stuff was for you. It's still raw, I get it. That doesn't mean I'm gonna sit here and watch you pay it forward when I know you're better than that.
This was never about the shoes, was it?
I don't know. Maybe she was just trying to see if you were willing to get rid of something ugly, rotten, and dysfunctional you still seem to care a lot about.
Like a test?
Would you have gotten rid of the shoes if Julia had asked you to? Come on, man. Let Rachel go. She deserves better.
Manager said they won't get more of those Ninas in until next week.
That's fine. They were too shiny-ish anyways. What about these?
They're not overstated-ish.
You're right. Might as well be wearing hemp sandals.
I thought you hated heels.
Well, I'm expanding my horizons.
You're lying your ass off.
I always feel like Mark's looking down on me. Like I'm some small pet or something.
Does he scratch behind your ear?
No. But he does take me running. Well, it's just, I can't explain it. Tonight, I want to feel like we're on a level playing field.
Those are adorable.
Yeah. It's sickening. I don't want adorable. Mark's not going to get meek, mild-mannered Cindy in her skirts, flats, and pink blouse this time. He's getting friggin' Wonder Woman in heels and a power suit.
Ooh, easy there, Amazon princess.
Great, Hera. It's like being on toe shoes.
I've seen you sample all flavors of crazy, but this one is new.
Something's off. I've been feeling so uneasy around Mark lately.
You seemed happy enough when you guys came out with me and Jason last week.
Well, I always have a good time with him. Not enough elevation on these. He's just not even close to who I imagined I'd get serious with. First of all, his last name is Beachlick. Beachlick. And he has a lot of what he calls relaxed muscle with no aspirations to develop a six-pack. He likes bowling, hates Vegas, is 4 years older than me, quotes Monty Python.
You do too.
Yeah, but it's cool for me. For him, it's kind of nerdy, especially at his age.
Ignoring the hypocrisy, what out of all that makes you uneasy?
We've gotten really close, especially this past month. I'm with him almost all the time, and he seems to be perfectly okay with that. It's like he has it all figured out, and I'm not sure I do.
Are you gonna break up with him?
Well, no. Well, I don't know. I don't want to stop seeing him.
Then what do you want?
Well, I don't know, a choice maybe? He asked me to take a walk with him one day, and somehow we slipped into this relationship. I never decided, yeah, this is a guy I want to get serious with.
Well, that's good. The last guy you decided to get serious with drunk proposed 2 weeks after he plowed his truck into a light pole sober. And it still took you 4 months to cut him loose.
But there's a disconnect here. Apparently my heart's making decisions that I'm not signing off on.
But you love him. You know you do. You wouldn't have told him otherwise.
Well, I did. I do. But it's like a confession, a statement of fact. It's not something I'm excited about. But these I'm excited about.
Of course you are.
Well, look at them, Allie. Tall but not steep, angled but not pointed, 3 straps, no buckles, secure but not constricting. They are...
Mistake.
Shut up. They're exactly what I'm looking for. I'll be walking tall tonight.
Are your feet?
Better. Circulation is back and they don't feel like they're strapped in some kind of medieval torture device anymore.
Huzzah!
You could have kept a Stair and Rogers on.
I don't mind.
Or you could have thrown them away.
Wow, now that's just crazy talk.
Well, I don't know. This date may be the Barclays of Broadway.
I'm just gonna ignore that thinly veiled threat on account that I'm so impressed you knew that was our last movie together.
Well, if you're not throwing them away in some grand romantic gesture, then why'd you take them off?
Figured it was probably gonna be a little weird if you were the only one with no shoes on. Plus, this way we get to be that crazy couple who shares in each other's delusions that we're walking on a beach together. Smell that fresh, salty air, honey.
Oh, look, dear, seagulls.
And jellyfish carcasses.
They're not dead.
They will be soon. They're very ill.
They're getting better.
You're not fooling anyone, you know?
They feel happy. They feel happy.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I am.
Good. You know, I've never really understood the whole concept of soulmates. The idea that you could find a heart and a mind so familiar, but so wonderfully different. But 3 months ago, that all changed. Ever since the great Dannon debacle, I've known that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Cherishing you, holding you, quoting Monty Python with you. I'm scared to death, but I love you fiercely, with all of my heart. Cynthia, Joy, Prescott.
you are.
I was gonna send you a text to make sure you were okay, but I wasn't awake enough at all. Something happened.
Yeah.
Something good?
Yeah.
Something really good.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a beach lick. Cindy!
So I was right.
I knew it as soon as Mark started to propose. I didn't even wait for him to finish the question.
I was talking about the shoes. Clearly they were a mistake.
Clearly.
At least you got the guy you really wanted.
I'm not saying you're overreacting. I'm saying don't panic. There's a difference. I know this needs to happen, and I promise you, Mark does too. I'll take care of it. Call your dad back. Tell him the situation hasn't changed. Cindy, Mark will be out of the apartment in the next 5 minutes. I promise. What the hell are you doing here, man? You can't be here.
This is my place. She can come get her stuff, but I am not leaving.
She said you weren't picking up your phone.
Whatever she has to say, I can't hear it right now. It's hard enough as it is.
You're the one making it hard. Get your ass up and let's go.
How stupid is it the airlines won't even give you a partial refund when you cancel a ticket? They could practically double dip with cancellations, but...
What is wrong with you? You were fine after the party.
Did you hear Daryl and Amy are getting a divorce?
Where did you hear that?
Daryl told me last night.
Read the room, Daryl.
I did not see that coming. Did you? They were the couple, completely in love, and then one day...
So what is this? Transference?
I loved Cindy. I always knew the bottom would fall out eventually. I never should have proposed.
Because Daryl and Amy didn't work out?
It's not just them. Julie and I were together for, 2 years, and she walked out on me without a warning. I proposed to Cindy after 94 days.
I knew Felicia was the one after our second date.
Then there's my parents.
Your dad didn't leave your mom.
It doesn't matter. My mom felt abandoned. She was still alone. This is better for Cindy and I in the long run, but she's not making it easy.
I really feel like I'm talking to a crazy person.
You know what's crazy? It's being willing to commit to something so prone to failure, like communism or natural birth control. I don't want to merge my life with someone only to wake up one morning and find they've left and half my heart is missing.
It's not how it works. I feel euphoric all the time, and yeah, sometimes you wish you were single. Doesn't mean the love is gone.
I thought Julia was the one. She said she felt the same way about me, but didn't keep her from leaving. I'm sure the same thing will happen to Cindy eventually. Perpetual love is a myth.
Alicia and I love each other unconditionally.
Yeah. And a guy just cashed a $250 million lottery ticket last week. Miracles happen.
A girl dressed up as a geisha clown? Some man who...
It's entertainment. You know, the production value was good, the plot was...
Don't.
Remember when you got these? Sophomore year, right?
Yeah. Right after Mom and I moved to Bakersville.
That's over a decade ago.
Yeah, they're old. I get it.
They're ancient. That's why we kept them around.
Didn't we already go over this with Rachel? Why are we talking about my shoes again?
Answer the question first.
Fine. I don't know. They are classics. They're comfortable. They go with pretty much anything. They fit perfectly. And I don't need a reason to not throw them out.
I know you believe everything you just said, but only the first part is true. You have no idea why. It's a scientific fact the cushioning in these things deteriorated decades ago. You are actively destroying your knees every time you take a step in these things. They reek. I can smell them in my ears, for crying out loud. They have as much traction as a pair of ice skates, the installation of a mosquito net, and unless you're sporting a trash bag, they don't match anything you'd ever wear.
one man's opinion. What are you doing? Pete, what the hell, man?
You don't have a good reason for keeping them, so I'm tossing them.
I don't need a reason. They're my favorite shoes, and you're not throwing them out.
12 years later, and they're still your favorites, even though they're utterly flawed and broken.
I don't care.
When will you? Huh? When a better pair comes along, when they're literally disintegrating in front of your eyes?
Pete, if you throw those out, I swear to God.
Cindy called me in a panic this morning. Scared to death. Crying so hard she could barely talk. Upset because you weren't picking up your phone. Pretty sure she knew why. That girl loves you, Mark. Like, really loves you. 3 months might seem too soon to propose, but that didn't stop her from jumping into your arms the moment you dropped to a knee. Unlike Daryl and Amy, you guys have interests and desires that complement each other. It's more than just passion. It's not going to vanish one day.
Okay, so our love doesn't fade. What about mine? I loved Julia for so long, and I never thought I'd be able to get over her. But then Cindy came into my life, and I actually can't remember how I loved anybody but her. Whatever happened to my undying love for Julia?
Julia is those Adidas. Rachel is that pair of the retro Nikes you had a few years back. Cindy is a Aaron Rodgers. 12 years later, you still think they're the best shoes ever. Comfortable in them. Take them everywhere you go. You see them like you saw them in the store for the first time. Can't explain it. Can't justify it. That's how you know it's gonna last. So what I don't understand is why you put up a fight when I try to throw away these sad sacks of partially laced canvas. Do you think you're doing the right thing by throwing away a $250 million lottery ticket?
I'm gonna go put some pants on.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
It was unexpected, came out of the blue, giving up on trying, but then
You're a good man, Pete.
No,
ain't no
I'm
doubt
the best man.
about it. It's an easy thing to choose you every morning, love you every day. Can't guarantee what this life will be. Still, you should know you get all of me when your day is night and the in between. Oh, in between. You belong as you are. No need to change a thing. Better times before you. Your morning star is rising. Ain't no doubt about it. It's an easy thing to choose you every morning, love you every day. Can't